This is way too honest, but I'm going to say it anyways. Hi, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Way Too Honest podcast. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Tara.
Wow, don't you just love Botox? So Tara had a little family stuff to do this week, so we decided that it would be an interesting time to introduce to you the third person that makes Way Too Honest actually... What?
I wasn't doing anything.
You were like looking at me weird. So I was like, what are you doing?
I'm trying to balance in this chair because they're very difficult to balance in. That's exactly what's happening here is I'm like sitting crisscross applesauce and it's very hard to like, the chair wants to wiggle around and it's like an ab workout. So this will be interesting.
So this is the third person that makes the Way Too Honest podcast happen. This is my boyfriend, my significant other, my left hand, my other brain cell. His name is Ryan.
Hi, I'm also the producer of the podcast, I would say, right? Is that a fitting title?
Well, yeah, but also, like, didn't I just essentially say that? Like, you're the third person that makes this all happen?
Yeah, but it doesn't describe what I do.
Do you want to bore them with what you do?
Yeah, let's bore everybody with what I do.
Oh, dear. Well, you were warned now.
I did technically the set design, kind of
bullshit,
ish.
Kind of.
The concept, the general concept, and then I had you refine it. I know you painted this, but it was my idea to put the podcast here.
Oh my god!
All the microphone and audio you hear, I set up, and yeah, I'm typically behind the scenes, making sure the cameras are okay, making sure this one who is squeaking his ball right now, Gigabyte, I see you.
He's literally gonna lay right here and squeak his ball.
Hopefully. Oh, that's going to be a problem. Okay, I'm officially pronouncing the ball dead.
Okay, sorry about that. But you know what? It's okay because Gigabyte just saved you all from Ryan's boring ass speech about all the things that he does. So you're welcome. Gigabyte will accept your gifts as thank yous.
Yeah, my most important job is taking... Would you stop rolling your eyes? We're 2 minutes into the podcast. Holy moly. My most important job here at Gigabyte and his squeaking ball. My most important job here is taking care of Gigabyte during the podcast.
Yes.
That is my most important job. Most of the time, it's very, very hard labor that involves snuggling and laying in bed and staying as still as possible so he doesn't wake up.
Yeah. He's the Gigabyte Wrangler, the Gigabyte Whisperer, taker router.
Yeah, forget everything else. Forget designing the artwork, doing the setup. Forget all that stuff. It's all about taking care of Gigabyte.
Oh, my God. Well, apparently somebody feels like they're not thanked enough. So thank you for all your hard work.
I wasn't looking for things. It's just confusing. People think like, I don't want anybody to think I'm just a boyfriend. Like, oh, my girlfriend has a podcast. I don't really know what happens here, but like, I'm just here because she asked me to be here. Well, that's totally not the case. I'm very involved. I'm very aware of what's going on.
Yeah.
And I'm actually here to promote my own podcast, Structured Friendship, available now on Spotify. Ha! Didn't tell you this was a media tour.
Oh, my God. Okay. Well, I was just about to say something nice. No, I'm not going to.
Oh,
so.
dang it.
No, but in all actuality, this podcast would not happen or it would not look as nice as it does without him because I sure as shit don't know how to do anything.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Tara and I have a hard enough time remembering our passwords to everything and what email goes to what email. So we would not have a podcast, at least at this level, without him. So thank you very much. And he also does have a podcast. It's called Structured Friendship. It's with his best friend, Adam. It's a really good podcast. It's just a lot different from this one.
Very different.
It's a lot more serious, a lot more.
It's the straight man version of this podcast.
Yeah. So
I'm being honest.
if you're going there to talk about underboob sweat and, vaginal lips and all the wonderful things that come along with, just being a little way too honest, probably not going to super find it there. However, your boyfriends also might really enjoy it.
That's true. If they enjoy tech, business,
yeah,
marketing, dude stuff. Even though I'm not a manly man, we don't
it's
like
just
sports.
Like nerd shit.
It is nerd shit.
Just
it's nerd shit, but without like the fandom aspect of it.
Yeah. So I guess now would be a really good time to give you all a little rundown about Ryan and I.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
Well, yeah, we can't just talk about who you are and then like not like divulge a little bit into our relationship, no?
Well, that's fine. I was going to ask you how your week was, like Tara always does.
Oh, yeah, we can do that in a minute. But we have been together for 10 years. Still no
Here we go.
motherfucking ring on this finger. But it's fine. It's fine. No one's waiting or anything. It's totally cool.
I'm just waiting to buy you an infinity gauntlet. You know, not just one stone. Like, how many are in the thing? Is it 5? Because there's 5 fingers. 5. I'm just waiting to get. That's what I'm really. You're not going to get an engagement ring. You're going to get an engagement gauntlet.
Whatever.
Because I owe you 1 carat.
For every year.
For every year.
10 fucking carat ring.
I figure that's easiest if you split it across 5 diamonds. That's
No.
That's 2 carat.
I need a
5
fat fucking
2 carat
rock on
diamonds.
my hand. I need a fat fucking rock on my hand because I have fat fucking fingers. Okay?
Okay, well, at least make it big enough so we can strap an air tag to it, because if you don't lose it, I'll lose it.
There will not be an air tag attached to my ring. My God. And if you make it big enough, I won't lose it.
Fair enough.
Sounds like a you problem to me. But yeah, so we've been together for about 10 years. We have a gorgeous little man that you all know and love.
Dog man,
son, angel.
Angel's
an
a
angel.
stretch, hon. Let's be
He's an
real.
angel. He's an angel.
As he lays down at my feet.
Yeah. He's literally positioned himself right in between the ottoman and the chair.
Remember how I said it was hard to sit in these chairs before, especially with the way I'm doing it? Now it's even like harder because I don't want to hit him with the chair.
No, he's fine. Yeah. Is there anything else we should say?
We've been together 10 years. We've lived in 3 different states together, 3 different cities. I don't even know how many different apartments. And
I think it's 4.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the fact that we're finally going to spend more than a year? Well, the longest we've ever been in one apartment is 1.5 years. And
yeah, it's true.
And that was because they just never asked us to renew. And we were just like, yeah, month to month, right?
Yeah, that was the best scam we've ever pulled.
Yeah, that was great. But we are renewing our lease here in this place, which I don't think you guys have ever talked about, that we record this podcast in our home studio, ? I never know how to describe it to people, but...
Well, somebody here may produce this podcast, but apparently has never fucking listened to it.
Have you guys talked about it? Well, yeah. I know you guys said that it's like, but like... Listen, I've heard a lot of hours of you guys talking. I'm sorry that I forgot one conversation.
You're welcome for that magical insight. Whatever. But yeah, we'll get into the week. How was your week? We'll start with you since you're the guest.
My week was the same as your week because I don't know I don't normally sound this raspy, believe it or not, but I got sick and it wasn't like, it was purely throat. Like Kristen and I have tested multiple times, always come back negative.
Yeah.
But it was just my throat, dry as a bone. And then I ended up recording an episode of my podcast when I wasn't feeling 100%, and I stretched my vocal cords a little bit too far, and now I'm still in recovery mode, and I sound like I smoked a bunch of cigarettes before this.
Gorgeous. So in the spirit of being way too honest, let's unpack this a little bit. So last week, Ryan and I were supposed to record this. I'm off every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This was supposed to happen on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday.
Which it still is, by the way.
Yeah, it's just Wednesday, the day that this is going up. So hello, this is going to be the first one pretty much since ever. It's actually been in real time.
Can't wait to see you sweat when you're editing it, trying to reach the time crunch.
When you're editing it, I'm not editing this.
Oh, what?
Yeah, you just talked and preached about how,
oh my
how you do this podcast. So you can
All right, I don't want any credit anymore.
Anyways, so we were supposed to do this last week, and we ended up having to do a whole bunch of like adult things, and that's no fun. And so we didn't do it. And then we went to something that I would call a religious experience. We went to iParty.
How many days ago was that?
I don't know. It was last Saturday.
Was it last Saturday?
Yeah. Or maybe it's 2. I don't know. Regardless,
I think it was 2 weeks ago before Tara was even going to be gone.
Yeah, but remember, like, so we went to iParty. I lost my voice completely.
Correct. Yes.
So if you don't know what iParty is, if you ever watched Victorious, the guy who played Robbie, his name is Matt Bennett. He right now is doing a sort of like DJ set of Nickelodeon songs versus Disney Channel songs. And if you know anything about me, so I love DComs. And when I tell you, I turned into an absolutely fucking feral ass monster. I was such a sweaty mess. I wore this like sequin dress and I sweat my ass all the way through it. I wore the world's most uncomfortable shoes, but they were so cute. I wore these Betsy Johnson little booties.
Yeah, she took them off in the middle of a freaking sold out House of Blues.
I don't fucking care. I was getting down.
I was so nervous somebody was going to step on your feet. Luckily, we were surrounded by a group of friends and they all saw you take off your shoes. But some of the people, like, that was the first concert experience that I had been to in a while. And, like, I've gone to plenty of concerts. You know, you have as well.
Yeah.
My number is just a little bit higher than yours. But very different scale. So I'm used to like a rowdy crowd pushing and shoving and everything like that.
You're used to the mosh pits.
Yeah. But holy cow, not being like in an environment like that for like 2.5, almost 3 years.
Yeah.
And then being packed like back to back with people like that. I hated it. I was so uncomfortable. I felt like I had we were with friends. And so like, we
created like a little circle.
Yeah, the two guys were like the front of the circle, and we were just trying to like keep like the other groups from intruding on our little space.
Yeah,
we didn't do a very good job. We started really closer. I mean, we're still far away. We started closer to the stage, and then we kind of got pushed back, which is never the intention.
Right.
But we still had a great time. It was still really fun.
I fucking had a blast.
I know you had a blast.
I was screaming my head off, and I remember getting so mad at you. Because you were telling me to like shh, and I was like, absolutely fucking not. This is my motherfucking Super Bowl. Leave me alone.
Listen, it wasn't like you're being too much.
I know I'm not being too much. Excuse me, sir, you're on a podcast. Put your phone away.
I'm putting it on Do Not Disturb. God, what a rookie, eh?
Yeah, come on, man.
Shoot. It was because you legitimately hurt my ear.
Oh,
like
poor baby.
There was ringing in my ear after that particular scream.
No, I'm sorry. He put on Hannah Montana.
Yeah, and by the way, the description that it's Nickelodeon versus Disney Channel songs is bullshit. And I know that's what they say on like Ticketmaster and everything.
Yeah.
No. It's like, I mean, as it stands, it's like 85% Disney Channel songs, and like maybe the rest is Nickelodeon.
To be fair, though, in terms of quality and quantity too, Disney Channel songs blow Nickelodeon songs out the fucking water.
100%. But also look at, like, it's just a numbers game, right? How many recording artists did Disney Channel sign during that era of like 2010s?
Yeah.
How many musicals did Disney put out? Like, name a Nickelodeon musical besides Chicago.
Oh, like you're talking about like strict musical.
No, just like
Victorious. They were literally a performing arts school.
I get it, but how often do they sing a song? Once or twice a season?
No.
There was not that many songs for
Yes,
Victorious.
there were.
Maybe I misremembered.
You're literally crazy.
We binge watched Victorious, by the way, you guys.
Yeah, during COVID.
During COVID, that was one of the first things. That was before we watched the Marvel Cinematic Universe, too. We binge watched the entire season of Victorious.
We clearly have priorities.
But I could be wrong, and you're probably right. I'm usually wrong about these things.
Yes.
But I felt like they always saved like songs for like the season finale.
No, but you are wrong. But that's okay.
That's what it felt. That's what it feels like.
That's okay.
But yeah, it's just a numbers game. Like Disney really struck a chord. Music pun. That was not intentional. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. I know.
Already regretting having you on the podcast.
I know,
oh my God.
I know one of the cardinal sins of podcasting is no puns. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Jesus.
But
all that growth we had yesterday now just shot to hell because you fucking said a pun.
Which I would like to talk about, by the way.
Yes, but we're not done talking about our week.
I was talking about Victorious.
Yes.
It's just a numbers game. Like, Victorious is the one show, right? Name a musical Disney Channel show.
Hannah Montana, obviously.
Another one. What's another one?
Where it's a strict musical? Nothing.
Or just where they play music frequently.
That's So Raven.
Do they sing in that? No, they don't sing in That So Raven. I only know the theme song.
Boys, we are the boys in motion. We give you our devotion. Boys, we are the boys in motion. Wow, I cannot believe you don't know that.
I was a Nickelodeon kid. I'm sorry.
That's
Most of my Disney Channel exposure stuff is from you.
You're welcome for bringing class and taste into your life.
Listen, I will say I did sleep on High School Musical for a little too long.
Yes, you did.
But I did watch High School Musical 2 as a premiere.
So did I.
I ran down to my neighbor's house because I thought it was going to be, because I wanted to be relevant with all the cool kids. Because I didn't see the first one and everyone was obsessed with it.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine clinging? Well, actually, I'm sure you can because this was you. Clinging to the High School Musical franchise for like popularity.
Yeah, I wanted to know what it was all about and like I wanted to understand it.
2 was so good.
It was.
So pretty much I lost my voice. Ryan got sick. Then he was kind enough to give me whatever the fuck he had. And then yesterday we're like, you know what? I want soup. So what do? I took my fat ass to Olive Garden. And when I fucking tell you, I don't know what the fuck was in their chicken gnocchi soup, but I had the worst fucking stomach cramps I've ever had in my entire life. Like, I'm telling you right now, we've been together for almost 10 years. I can honestly count on one hand how many times I've had stomach problems or like a stomach ache just in general.
Yeah,
like I don't get them.
You also have a fear of throwing up. Like the thought of throwing up gives you so much anxiety that it might make you throw up. So when you have stomach problems, it's really important that you stay calm and you try to get it over with as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Without throwing up, which is a very difficult task.
Yes.
Which ironically, I kind of actually like throwing up.
Oh, God.
I think throwing up is great because it's the one type of sickness where it's like, I mean, there are certain situations where it doesn't fix it, but that relief you get afterwards.
Yeah.
Like your stomach's upset, you feel really gross, you just go.
See,
bleh.
I didn't even have the urge to do it yesterday. Because sometimes, like, and I'm not kidding, like, I know there was a podcast a couple weeks ago where we talked about, like, you know, not, like, super being, you know, believing in God and stuff like that. But I will fucking tell you, the second I get nauseous, I start fucking praying to God, the universe, any sort of being out there to take that nausea away. Oh my God, I hate that feeling so much. And I didn't even have the urge to. It was literally just severe fucking cramping. And so that took me out for 9 hours yesterday. That was glorious. Hated all of that. So fuck you, Olive Garden.
Yeah.
And
well,
so
you said, and I don't know why this wasn't more of a red flag for you to stop eating it. You said the chicken in this soup is giving me canned vibes.
Yeah, it was giving canned vibes. And it made me really sad.
And I was like, then why are you eating it? Well, I didn't say that, but my chicken was kind of whack too. We're not going to that Olive Garden again.
No.
It's never slapped.
I honestly will probably never go to Olive Garden again because
thank God,
I am so afraid of feeling sick like that.
Holy, I hate Olive Garden.
Like, all I have to say is all you girlies and, you know, guys who have tummy problems and IBS problems and Crohn's and any sort of thing that deals with your stomach feeling icky, you fucking deserve all the awards in the world. You deserve extra pay.
Acting awards.
What the fuck? Like, I have so much respect for you. I just absolutely fucking not. That was the worst thing in the entire world. Oh my God. No. All that to say is, so we're recording this today. It's going to go live today.
Yep. Same day turnaround. There was one good thing that came out of our week besides me not feeling well, you not feeling well, you not having a voice, me not having a voice. We did clean.
Yes, our apartment is much cleaner than it was.
We went full blown like home makeover
Yeah.
Extreme Home Makeover or whatever the hell those show's called.
Yeah.
We did massive cleaning of our upstairs space. Particularly I did, which was like almost a miracle.
Yep.
So I Kristen wasn't feeling well, and Kristen doesn't feel well very often. So it was kind of like one of those things where I was like, well, if Kristen's down for the count, she at least deserves a clean bathroom. She at least deserves a clean bedroom.
Yeah.
And ironically, I started cleaning the bathroom at 1 a.m. for whatever.
He's fucking banging around like fucking Turk in Tarzan. Just all over the place.
But it looked good.
It does look good.
And you know it.
It does look good.
And it's organized and there's systems in place.
Yeah.
So there was one good thing out of being sick.
Yeah.
And like the last time Kristen was really sick, you guys, you want to know what came out of it? If you're watching the video podcast, this wall, the backdrop. The last time it was when
we got COVID.
Yes. This wall was the product of that.
Yeah.
So it's only like, I don't know why that tends to happen with us.
Yeah.
We've only been like in the past 2 years, I think, sick 3 times maybe. And this came out of one time of being sick.
Yeah.
The massive cleaning I did came out of this other time. And what came out of the first time? Like, I think a lot of like content and stuff like that did.
But yeah, so like to put things into perspective, this was what happened when I got COVID.
Yes.
I was able to function enough. So sorry. I was able to function enough to paint this entire little squiggle on like I think we measured it
little
24-foot wall. And this time around, all I could literally do was lay in bed and read books. I've literally read 4 books in the last 5 days. And can I tell you, I have turned into like such a Kindle girly. It's embarrassing.
I thought you were going to not like the Kindle.
I love it.
But the sheer aspect of it is designed to look like text on a page and not look like text on a screen.
Yeah.
And it's working really well for you. And I'm really happy that you're actually using it, because you know how many people buy a Kindle and don't use it, or read one book on it and then decide not to use it because it's slow, the screen doesn't look good, blah, blah, blah. But you have absolutely crushed it and made it worthwhile. And I hope you continue to use it. But I do kind of miss like cover shopping a little bit with you, like just trying to find a cover that's like the same style artwork as the books you've read previously, being like, what about this book?
Yeah. So you say that, but yet yesterday when I went to go cover shopping, you sat in the car. Explain that. Huh?
Well, I'm not up for it all days. You know, I can't shop for very long. That's just,
I know, what a weenie.
Yeah, it gives me headaches. It drains my energy like no tomorrow. I don't know why. I've never understood why. But yeah, I wanted to relax.
Yeah.
Also, random note, this is completely a tangent. In our car, for whatever reason, in that parking lot in particular, sometimes in other parking lots, but in that parking lot in particular, I get no service. Like, I have full bars on my phone, but no data goes through. Yeah. That's why the other day when we went to Ulta, I walked to Starbucks because I had to send some emails, and I literally couldn't send an email in our car, even though I could watch Netflix on our car.
That's weird.
But on my phone, no data was going in or out.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Well, so because Ryan is on the pod today, I thought it would be fun to poke fun at one of the things Ryan is the worst at, which is pop culture knowledge.
Yay.
Now, I will tell you 2 of my favorite scenarios in which I realize Ryan is absolutely fucking terrible at pop culture.
But I'm great with technology. I could tell you all about the latest and greatest Wi-Fi routers.
Yeah,
I know
no one gives a shit.
Everybody on this podcast wants to hear about that right now.
No one literally gives a shit. So one was, I forget the context in which we were talking, but Cher and Celine Dion came up in the same like conversation. This motherfucker right here thought that Celine Dion and Cher were the same motherfucking person.
Well, the funny thing is, in both instances that you're about to bring out, I always have you believe that like it goes on for a while when we start talking about details that we're talking about the same person. But then I say one detail that's out of line. You go, wait a second, what? And then you're like, oh, you've been thinking of this person's for so long. So it's always like, it's never like I'm wrong straight out the bat. I always say something that's slightly accurate. And then it's like, then we get 2 or 3 details later into the conversation. And you're like, no, that's the wrong person, dummy.
Yeah. Okay, so the other day, we're going to the mall. And we're, driving, just having a chat. And I bring up Whitney Houston. And then we're talking. And then Ryan says something. And then all of a sudden, I realize this motherfucker is thinking about Amy Winehouse.
Okay, to be quite transparent.
Tread carefully here, dude.
What did I say? It was like...
They both died of drug overdoses.
They died of drug overdose, which they both did, right?
Yes.
So I was thinking about the same person.
But they're two different people.
They were both very impactful women in music.
Yes.
They both had a very soulful sound.
Yes. And two very different aesthetics.
I understand they're 2 very different brands. They're 2 very different people.
Sounds.
I mean, they're 2 very different skin colors as well.
That is also true.
But, wait, this is your words, not mine. In my defense, at least I don't see color.
Jesus Christ. Okay. So that's what we're working here with, folks.
So you developed a list of questions that you found on the internet.
Yes.
And we're going to test my pop culture knowledge. So if you are standing up or walking around or holding something delicate, you might want to sit down for this one because it's going to be a cringe fest.
And you'll probably be screaming at us or at Ryan because I know all of these answers.
Yeah, I would maybe get a very punchable pillow next to you so that way you could just, how does he not know it?
Yes. So basically what I did is I surfed the internet and I took some
People still do that?
Oh my God, yeah. I took some from BuzzFeed and I took some from all these other places. So are you ready?
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
What do I get a prize if I get what's the goal? Am I shooting for a percentage here? What's the stakes?
I mean, there's nothing at stake, but I mean, it would be nice for you to not embarrass yourself. That's present enough in itself.
I lost my pride years ago. I know I'm awful at this.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah, as I'll ever be.
Which 2 celebrities had their own show called The Simple Life?
Paris Hilton. I don't remember the other girl's name.
Okay, so you get half a point for that one. The other person's name is Nicole Richie.
Yeah, she's irrelevant now.
You shut the fuck up. No, she's not.
No, not as much. She's never been as relevant as Paris Hilton. Sorry, not sorry.
You shut the fuck up.
Paris Hilton's a DJ. What does she do? Nicole Richie do?
Bitch, you shut up. I literally have some of her dresses upstairs in my closet.
Oh,
she has a very successful fashion brand called House of Harlow. You hoochie mama. She's married to fucking Joel Madden from Good Charlotte.
Oh, yeah. That's the pinnacle of success. Good
you
Charlotte.
Shut up. You are such a monster. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm just here to troll and
Can you name
trigger you.
3 of the Jonas Brothers' love interests?
Love interest? No, I can't even name a single one.
Do you even want to take a stab at it?
I know their current, their wives.
No, any love interest.
I know one of them dated Demi Lovato. I know one of them dated Hannah Montana. Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus. Did one of them date Selena Gomez?
There you go. See? Not that hard.
I mean, the 3 biggest men on Disney Channel were the 3 biggest women on Disney Channel. That's too easy.
Good for you. You can think for yourself. Who wrote I Will Always Love You?
Dolly Parton wrote
Good
it, actually.
job.
Performed by Cher. I'm kidding, Celine Dion.
No!
Still wrong. Jesus. Oops.
Guess again, stupid. I'm so sorry. I'm yelling.
I Will Always Love You?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Whitney fucking Houston, you moron.
Wow, I wanted to say Whitney Houston, but I didn't want to be wrong.
This was literally the song that we were fighting about.
This is the song we were fighting about.
My God. Okay.
Doesn't matter. I know the OG.
I did put some, softballs in here for Ryan, thinking that he would get them. Well,
I have learned nothing from our conversations, apparently.
who shaved their head in 2007?
Demi Lovato and Britney Spears.
Just Britney Spears.
Sorry, I'm shady. Y'all,
Okay.
nobody gets to see my shady side. I'm shady when it comes to pop culture.
Yeah, this is-
because I have no stakes in it. So.
This is unhinged Ryan right now. Okay. What was the first song ever performed on Glee?
Oh, I don't know.
Think about it.
Don't Stop Believing.
There you go.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Oh God, that's my least favorite. I mean, any Glee song is. Bleh. I told you. Grab a pillow, sit down. You're gonna cringe. You're gonna bite your teeth. You're gonna want to punch me after.
You're gonna
this.
have no teeth. I'm gonna fucking kick them all in.
Oh jeez.
Shut the fuck up. This man. Okay. This man fucking acts.
The character arcs are better than the music in Glee.
You are so full
Except
of
for
shit.
specific. There's like maybe 12 performances that are really, really good and like solid. There was not a need for like the 6th season album. Like there wasn't a need for like 6 albums. They could have condensed it down to the greatest hits and released one really strong Glee album.
Okay, you cannot have Hanukkah oh Hanukkah on the same thing as Don't Rain on My Parade. That doesn't fucking work.
Why? They're both written by Jewish people.
They're not
Or performed by Jewish people. I'm
You're
sorry.
an idiot.
Is that not wrong?
I hate you so much.
Is that not wrong?
That's not the right thing to say.
I could say what? How is it not the right thing to
I'm
say?
just saying you can't have the same thing. You cannot have a holiday song and like a normal song
You
on
said
the same album.
I found a common thread. What's wrong with that?
Oh my God, you're so annoying. They're not going to release an entire thing, an entire album from Glee, songs by Jewish people. Songs for Jewish people. No!
There was a lot of things in Glee that did not age well. So actually, back in the day, they
fair.
could have.
Fair. Okay. This is just a complete outlier. What was the name of the baby in The Hangover?
Oh, I have no idea. I wasn't crazy about The Hangover.
I don't care if you were crazy about it.
I don't know.
It was a whole thing.
I could tell you. Is it named Zach Galifianakis?
No, but oh God, he was so good in the movie. The name is Carlos.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
wouldn't have guessed that.
Hilary Duff and Lindsay Lohan had a feud after they both dated who?
Dated who?
Yeah.
Is it a Jonas brother?
No. So think early 2000s.
Zac Efron?
No. Listen to the question. Like,
Okay.
listen to what I'm saying. Early 2000s, hot, young guy on the scene.
Early 2000s?
Yes.
Oh boy, I don't know.
Before High School Musical, before Hannah Montana.
Justin Timberlake?
No. But that's actually a decent guess. Aaron Carter.
Oh. He started a really cool fund about like he's doing he's been through a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I know. He dated Trisha Paytas for a little bit.
Crazy. But I actually listened to him on Steve-O's podcast.
I love Steve-O.
And he's trying to change stuff. Like he is like unfortunately very messed up from his experience in the way that his family treated him and robbed him of all of his money, yada yada.
Yeah.
And he's trying to like put laws in place to fix it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he's on this whole like wellness
for
journey.
him.
Yeah, it was really cool to see.
Okay.
I couldn't name one of his songs though.
I Want Candy.
Oh, that was him. See, this sounds bad. It doesn't matter. I'm not even gonna get into it. I don't want to embarrass. I'm already. Everyone's gonna hate me.
They're not
Every
gonna
single one of
hate
your viewers
you.
are gonna hate me after
They're
this.
not going to hate you.
They already do.
No. I think they'll find you more endearing rather than just a tech nerd.
Is that what is redeeming for you? Is that?
No, to be honest with you, I find this infuriating,
I know you do.
but it's okay. Okay. What was the name of Paris Hilton's most famous dog?
What's his name is Dog?
Yeah. She has like a gazillion, but there was one that she carried
For some
around.
reason, CH is coming to mind. Can I say the first thing that came to my mind? I know this is not accurate.
Sure.
Cheeto.
Cheeto. That's your guess.
The second guess was Chino. I don't know why Cheeto was the first thing that came to mind, so let's just lock it in. Final answer.
Cheeto, really close. Tinkerbell.
Oh, damn. Cheeto is a cute name for a chihuahua, though.
Yes, but it was definitely Tinkerbell. What was the girls next door?
Oh, that was about the Hugh Hefner's wife / girlfriends.
So they were only girlfriends, but like, what was it?
I mean, well, some of them could marry him technically.
Only one.
Only
Crystal.
one. They thought they were going to get married.
Correct.
Sorry, what was the follow-up?
What was it?
It was a reality show on MTV.
Okay, can you name the 3 main girlfriends?
Holly, Crystal?
Nope, that's the one who he ended up marrying. That was after Holly.
Oh. Bridget.
Yep.
And I don't remember the other girl's name.
Kendra.
Yeah. Kendra was like Holly's like right-hand man, right-hand lady.
That's Bridget.
Oh, Jesus.
They just started a podcast too. I'm so excited to listen to it. They're going to like...
So I blocked the correct one out of my mind. The problematic one I blocked out of my mind.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Well, we're team Holly.
Of course.
Ever since we've never told this story. We don't tell this story very often. First time we ever ate at Carthay Circle in Disneyland, which we're huge Disney nerds.
Yeah.
We were eating in the like the public room, and there's like a little window into the private dining room, and we heard a laugh, and it was very, 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 very clearly just from the laugh that Holly Madison was on the other side of the wall, and Kristen and I were freaking out.
Yeah.
We didn't actually see her, but we heard her.
I was cutting my chicken. I literally remember this. And we were sitting right next to this picture of Julie Andrews. And I looked up at Ryan and I said, "That's motherfucking Holly Madison." He was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, that's her fucking laugh. That's her. And then, of course, we stalked her. We did find out, like, not in person. We went to her Instagram.
Insta-stalked her. Completely different thing.
Completely different. And it was indeed her. And she was with somebody who, like, we love as a performer. His name is Josh Strickland.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
This is way before we even saw him perform and fell in love with him.
Yeah. So he was, like, the original, like, Tarzan on Broadway. And he's so talented. So, yeah. And I just think, I don't know. I have a weird fascination with certain celebrities. Like Holly Madison is just one of those that's up there for me. She, had me at a very young age thinking that it was a really cute look to wear tube socks with Uggs and shorts.
Yeah. Well, I think it's kind of ironic how the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, where like back then you had no idea, but she is very Disney obsessed today.
Yeah.
And I think it's ironic that you are also very Disney obsessed today. I think you felt like a deeper connection with her.
Oh, yeah.
Not because of the things that she was doing, but you just had like a deeper understanding of her. And I think that's really cool. It's kind of weird, like how you can connect with somebody like that through television.
No, I love her. I just thought she was so cool. And now the fact that her and Bridget have a podcast together, I
just hope it's not as cringy as her YouTube content.
Her YouTube content is getting better.
It felt so forced.
Yeah, but I also think it's awkward too.
Oh, for sure. Like
if you are a little too in your head, like creating, content where it's literally just yourself talking to a camera. Like, if this was a one-woman podcast, do you know how uncomfortable it would be?
Well, careful with your words there, because I started a one-woman podcast.
You act like I didn't as well. Bitches Who Brunch.
You always had guests.
Yeah, but it was primarily me.
No, I know you were the person, but you always did it with other people.
Yeah.
I was the one that did like a monologue type podcast where I just sat there for. I mean, they're never very long.
Yeah, but it was more like a brain dump for you.
Yeah, but it's uncomfy. I mean, I never did a video aspect to it.
Yeah.
And there is like one episode out, but I'm not even gonna plug that. If you find it, you find it. Find me on Instagram, and I'll buy you a coffee or something if you find it.
Ready?
Yeah.
I really don't.
Sorry, we got off on like Girls Next Door and Holly Madison and everything like that.
I will be so surprised if you get this one, but there's a chance.
I'm warmed up enough. I think I'm ready.
Who are the famous twins behind the fashion house called The Row?
The Row?
Mm-hmm.
That's the Olsen twins.
There you go. Good job. Yeah. Proud of you. Okay.
It's always so funny. Like in my stupid, like very not connected to like like kind of connected to the like socialite world is like I look at them or I hear the name, I think of from Full House,
right?
Like the little pigtails, like, and then I see them like just fucking rocking some fucking like.
They're so grungy
sometimes they look like. There was one, this was years ago. One time I saw like the photo of them. It was the first time I'd seen a photo of them in years. And they looked the most unique on the runway out of
Yeah, they're
anybody
so
else.
different now. But let me ask you this. Would you have gotten there if we hadn't just watched Morgan Stewart's Necessary Realness, where she talks about meeting them at their store in LA?
She talked about meeting them at the store. I didn't even hear that part. I wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah, they complimented her.
No. I definitely am aware that they are doing things in the fashion world.
I love them. Okay.
They also got like canceled or something. Had like some sort of like controversy recently, I thought.
One of them got divorced during the pandemic.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Okay. This one I'm willing to.
You're nervous about this one.
No.
Oh.
This one I'm willing to bet our entire relationship on, and if you get this wrong, I told
you. So you are nervous.
I told you I was going to put a softball in there, and this is so fucking easy for you. If you get this wrong, I'm going to break up with you.
I'm going to try my best
right
not
here
to purposely answer it wrong.
Fuck off. Number one. Which brand popularized velour tracksuits?
Betsy Johnson.
You're so full of shit.
It's Juicy Couture.
Thank you.
And what I said to you the other or today was, are tracksuits really couture?
Yes, they are, bitch. When they say juicy across the ass and rhinestones, that's the only fucking couture I want. Thank you very much.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Also, side note, before we move on to the next question, Kristen, if you were a Juicy fan out there, hit your girl up on Instagram because she doesn't have enough people in her life who can talk about it with.
I love Juicy Couture so much.
First of all, Kristen found brand new with the tag.
Oh my God.
The bottom part of a tracksuit at Goodwill.
$10 hairs.
$10 hairs. The original price tag on it from Juicy Couture, $130. I'm not talking about the Kohl's trashy rendition that happened. I'm talking about the OG stuff from like, I don't know, like 2000 maybe?
Early 2000s, yeah. Get you a man who knows the difference between authentic Juicy Couture and the Kohl's Juicy Couture, bitch.
Oh, there's so many brands back then that were like ruined by Kohl's for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I found an OG pair at Goodwill, and Kristen also collects Juicy Couture charms.
You shut the fuck up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. She doesn't collect
Oh my God. Put me out there like that.
Sorry,
People are gonna
I'm sorry. I understand. I don't want to raise the market prices for you.
Well, now we kind of have to talk about it.
Oh no.
Okay. Well.
Okay. Oh shoot. Do you have money on your credit card? Because
no.
after this gets released, the price is going to go up. So we got to buy them all up now.
No. Do you have money on your credit card?
Oh, fair enough.
You're the one who fucking brought this up, and now we're going to talk about it. And if any of you bitches raise the prices on some of these goddamn charms, I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to take them from you. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just going to take them from you. So everybody on TikTok right now is talking about like the old school like Italian bracelets. And they were really cool. Like they were like these little metal things and you could like stretch them out. The only thing is with those.
Are you talking about the old like tennis bracelets?
Kind of, yeah. They're
with
really
the little
thin.
like flat silver things with the little like heart or a teddy bear. Oh God, those are so stupid.
So those are all over TikTok right now. And I don't know if I'm just like a hairy bitch or like what. But I loved wearing them because I thought that they were cute, but they always pinched my arm hair.
Oh yeah.
So then, you know, obviously a girl needs a new charm bracelet. So then I obviously went to Juicy Couture in the early 2000s at their gorgeous store at Caesar's Forum Shops. And I went balls to the wall on a Juicy Couture, bracelet. And then as like the fall of Juicy Couture happened, sad fucking rip.
And then Kohl's owned or used the IP.
The owners of Liz Claiborne bought Juicy from the twins, completely
ran
screwed
into
it up.
the ground.
But when I tell you, Juicy Couture, early 2000s, like understood what a fucking charm bracelet was supposed to be. Like when I tell you these charms are the most gorgeous things in the entire world. There's one that I want to get that's like literally like a Chinese food takeout box. And when you open it, it pops out a fucking fortune cookie. Like They
Yep.
have the most unique, iconic ass fucking charms. And the only way that you can get them is obviously like secondhand, so thrift stores, but they very rarely have them. I typically go to like Macari, eBay.
Whoa, now you're revealing don't reveal the spots.
I'm not a gatekeeping bitch, but like, you know, whatever.
Poshmark.
Poshmark. When I tell you, you have never found like truly like the charm bracelet of your dreams until you have gotten a Juicy Couture charm bracelet.
Oh, 100%. And even when I was younger, like I had a family friend who collected the Juicy Couture charms, and like I would like I'd go with them to buy them and stuff like that. Even back then, I was like, wow, the detail on these are incredible.
Yeah.
And now, like, as you've bought some, and some of them are so intricate.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing that gets made that is so intricate, and like, it is the truest form of a charm bracelet, and it is what every charm bracelet tries to be.
Yeah.
100%. I never understood why they fell out of style.
And it's extra.
Except for the bulkiness.
It's extravagant. It is the most wonderful thing. Also, while you're here, if any of you have Juicy Couture charms and don't want them, please reach out to me. I will gladly take them. I will pay you for them. Help a girl out. I love them so much.
Kristen paid $100 for a Juicy Couture charm box.
Yes, I
and
have
she
a
needs to fill it up desperately.
Yes.
She just can't sleep at night because she can't fill up her charm box.
Yeah. So there's my little speech about how much I love Juicy Couture.
And she's not kidding. She will buy you out.
I literally, please, let me do it.
Like, I might collect Pokemon cards, and I might be pretty serious about collecting Pokemon cards, but she is 10 times more serious about these Juicy Couture charms.
Oh, yeah. Hell hath no fury. Like, I love Juicy Couture charms. Sorry if I.
Well, you're going to
bored
single-handedly bring them back in popularity anyways, so.
That's true. But like, I can't do that until I buy like the majority of the ones that I'm dying for.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is Jenny from the block?
I've answered this question incorrectly before.
I'm still Jenny from the block.
I've answered this question incorrectly, and I'm going to answer it the same answer that I know is incorrect. Because it's the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
And it's J-Lo.
That's correct.
Oh, that's correct?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
That's Jenny from the block.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Look at you go. Okay. So, a little backstory to this question. I made this one up because now I'm going to test you.
Oh, no.
I have single-handedly watched this show 16 times all the way through. Well, we have been together. So if you do not get this, it clearly
Is this
shows.
a Jane the Virgin reference?
No, it's not. So if you do not get this,
A show?
Yeah. I will be deeply disappointed, and we now have
Is
our
it
new
The
TV
Simple
show to
Life?
watch. No. Can you name 5 Gossip Girl characters?
Oh. The drag queen's hilarious.
The drag queen?
Yeah, the drag queen. Oh, no, it's not Vanderwoodson. It's
Vanderpuss.
Vanderpuss.
Yes. Vivian Vanderpuss.
Serena, Blair, Chuck, Nate. God, what's his sister's name? Isn't Vanessa's like his like?
Oh God, yes. Yes, Vanessa is somebody.
Vanessa's
His friend.
Is that his like his friend, or is that Hilary Duff's character?
No, that's Vanessa is the one that Hilary Duff's character has a threesome with him. Yes.
I knew it was
Yes.
either one of those two. It was either Hilary Duff or the other gal.
To be honest with you, I'm kind of disappointed you didn't name like my third favorite character.
Your
Dorota.
third? Oh my God. Dorota.
Yeah, Dorota's iconic.
What's Chuck's dad's name? Lance? No. Bart.
There you go.
Bart
Bass.
What's his face's dad's name? Nate Archibald's dad's name. Mr. Archibald. Does that count? Just Mr.
Sure.
Archibald.
I'm honestly just impressed that you knew last names.
Well, the last names are iconic and super strong and very stereotypical New York.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I just assumed before I went to New York, or like as a kid growing up thinking of New York, I just assumed everybody who lived in New York had like names like Waldorf and Vanderwoodson.
Well, we should have a last name
and Archibald.
like Waldorf. I'm so glad that you agree with me.
We're not very New York. We're too LA.
Yeah, but like we could change that. Okay. Are you ready for this one?
Yeah.
Who sang for Zac Efron on High School Musical?
Well, I'm going to go by what the album says.
Don't you dare fucking say Troy Bolton.
And that is Troy Bolton.
That's bullshit.
That is what it says. When it goes to artist credit, you see Troy Bolton.
Who is it, Ryan?
Doesn't it say Troy Bolton?
It does.
And then does it say Gabriella or does it say Vanessa Hudgens?
It says Gabriella.
That's so stupid. I don't know the guy's name.
We literally talked about this less than a month ago.
I know. He's got a generic name.
His name is Drew Seeley. Oh my God. You're so
he sounds like somebody who was like a part of the orchestra for like movies. He sounds like it like, oh, the third violin chair is Drew Seeley. You're
doing terrible at this, by the way.
I know.
Okay.
And I'm burning a potential friendship with any one of your viewers in the meantime.
Okay. What show was originally called Alexis, Texas?
Alexis, Texas?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Hannah Montana.
Good job.
That's a softball. That's easy.
Good job.
Because you just change the state and you change the name.
Yep.
Like that.
Good job. Okay. What coasts were Biggie and Tupac from?
Tupac was West Coast, Biggie was East Coast.
Good job. Do you know where Tupac was killed?
In Vegas.
Yeah, good job.
Do you know how I know that? You know how I know that?
How?
Because do you remember when the Hard Rock Cafe or Hard Rock Hotel, may it rest in peace, was around and they had the jacket that he was shot in on display and you could see the bullet holes?
That is so disrespectful.
Do you remember seeing that though?
No, I would have freaked out. No, that's so rude.
I don't know. I don't remember if it was a recreation or whatever, but it was, yeah.
That literally makes me sick.
You didn't. I swear to you, we saw it at Warped Tour together.
Mm-mm.
I swear to you, when Warped Tour was at the Hard Rock Hotel, we went around because we were bored because it was an awfully set up warthog.
They had an outfit of his, but they didn't have the jacket that he was killed in.
Oh, that's what I thought it was. Like
no, the outfit was like.
Maybe I dreamed that.
I remember it was like dark denim and like a white tank top and then a dark blue bandana.
Why would you put a tank top on display? That's so like, I don't know. The dude wore so much more interesting clothing.
Okay. Name the members of One Direction.
Zayn, Harry Styles. I don't know the rest. Robbie.
No.
I can name the cast of Victorious, but I cannot name them. I do not like One Direction.
You still don't. You're missing 3.
I don't know them.
Louis.
Don't care.
Niall.
Kaya River.
Oh my God. Hold on. Harry. Niall. Zayn. There's somebody else.
All right, I get a pass on this question because you don't even know the answer.
No,
so therefore,
I know them. I literally said them to them.
I cannot be wrong if you don't know the answers.
I literally said them to myself when I was writing this, and I'm having a brain fart because I'm sick. So.
Okay, well, Harry right now is the only one that matters in my opinion because he's the one that is revolutionizing.
He's so hot.
Like masculinity and like gender fluidity. Like he is the like most like. What? What are you
I'm
laughing?
sorry. I'm looking over my questions.
I'm making a very important statement
Sorry.
about Harry Styles, and you're just over here laughing about it.
Sorry, I wrote a
I
good
think
question.
what he's doing and breaking down the generic masculinity look is very important right now.
I agree. Okay.
Jeez.
Okay, can you name 3 One Direction songs?
Chasing the Clouds. Story of My Life.
Yep.
That sounded particularly awful because I have a sore throat as well.
But I knew what you were going for. It's obviously the best.
Story of My Life,
song.
best song ever, which is like the worst song ever.
True.
And Baby, you light up my world like nobody else.
Good job. Good job.
You don't know you're beautiful. I actually don't know the name of that song.
What makes you beautiful?
Oh, okay.
Okay. What movie finally got Leo DiCaprio an Oscar after he was gypped time after time after time?
What movie?
Yeah.
It was the bear one.
Yeah, what was it called?
I don't know. I don't know what it was called, but I know so many details about this freaking bear scene.
Yeah, it's called The Revenant.
The Revenant. Okay.
But I'll count that.
And he filmed it, and like they filmed it in like a lot of it in Canada, I believe. And behind, like, he was fucking committed to that character. Like, he was actually freezing himself. He was fucking cold. Like, he went all out. I mean, he felt like he had to, because he's like, I still gotta prove myself to you guys.
Oh yeah.
Wolf of Wall Street. I mean, fucking Titanic. What more do you want from me? Great Gatsby.
Oh, that was so good.
That should have been the next question. Name 3 Leonardo DiCaprio movies.
Yeah, you named 3 good ones.
I forget which movie it was, but there's also one movie where like a glass breaks or something, or he slams his hand down and he stabs himself, and that's in the original cut. I forget what movie it's one. One of the I don't think it was one of the big 3 that he's famous for.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
But like, yeah, he's like actually bleeding, and they like kept the take.
Ah.
Yeah.
How long did Kim Kardashian's marriage to Chris Humphries last?
Kim Kardashian and who?
Chris Humphries.
Oh, that's like the shortest marriage ever or whatever. It lasted like, I don't know, 72 hours?
72 days.
Oh, wow. I was close.
Good job.
I'm going to be honest. Chris Humphrey sounds like a Gossip Girl character.
Well, that's because Humphrey is Dan Humphrey and Jenny Humphrey's last name, and Rufus Humphrey. What product launched Kylie Cosmetics?
I don't know if it was, I know the general launch, the first launch was lip stuff. I don't remember if it was the lip pump thing that went like viral and was controversial, or it was just a simple lip gloss.
So it was a lip kit. It was a lip liner and a matte lipstick. Okay.
I was on the right track. I actually was going to say the word lip kit, but I figured I'd go into more detail because I thought I knew more.
I like it.
I just remember when she launched, it started the whole trend of like, oh, put a glass on your lips and it'll look like Kylie Jenner.
Yeah, when she was like refusing to tell people that she got
lip filler.
Lip filler. Who is?
It's just that lip gloss. It's just the plumpy lip gloss.
Okay. Who is Adele Dazeem?
Adele
Dazeem.
Dazeem.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a person's real name who has a stage name?
This name was given to her on stage when somebody mispronounced their original name.
So it's Idina Menzel then.
Yeah, it's good
because
job.
It's a Mad Libs. But I was on the right track where I knew I was like, well, that's not.
Yeah, Adele Dazeem. Do you know who called her that?
Kristen Chenoweth?
No. John Travolta.
Oh. Isn't John Travolta a Scientologist?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is so weird in itself. Bitch, I was getting there.
Sorry.
I was readjusting in my chair for those who are just listening on audio, and I like moved my microphone so that y'all didn't have to hear me like huff and puff like a fucking heffalump. And he's over here like pushing
I'm sorry. I'm probably going to have poor mic etiquette during this episode, but like I try to be very conscious of it because majority of like the work I do has to deal with like fixing those problems.
Well, lucky for you, we're almost done. We have
I'm bummed we're almost done. I just got good.
We have 8 more questions.
Oh, okay, that's quite a bit.
What musical got nominated 16 times and won the 2016 Pulitzer Prize for drama?
I feel like this is a trap. So, Wicked.
Let me rephrase. It was Tony nominated 16 times.
Yeah.
Do you remember what I told you about the requirements for?
Oh, it has to be like new?
Yeah.
16 times?
16 times. And it won the 2016 Pulitzer Prize for drama.
Is it something bullshit like Frozen?
No.
I have no, hold on.
Mr. Musical Theater Man. Put your thinking cap on.
I'm not a Mr. Music. Is it Hamilton?
Yes.
Oh. Whatever. I thought it was going to be something like more interesting.
You fucking love Hamilton.
I love Hamilton. Yes, I do indeed love Hamilton. All right.
You toad.
But like, Hamilton to me is not. Hamilton to me is like, it very much is a musical in its sense, but it's not, because of how different it is. To me, it's like something like Newsies. It's a gateway musical, and I think that's maybe because it was released on Disney Plus that I feel that way about it.
So good.
But Hamilton to me is not like a diehard series. Like, I know it won a bunch of awards and it deserves all the awards it won, because Lin-Manuel Miranda spent 3 years of his life just dumping that into it. He like he pulled everything he had, everything Lin-Manuel Miranda at the time had, all of the favors he was owed, all the relationships he built. He put everything into Hamilton. So like, mad props. He deserves all those awards.
Right.
But because of its mass popularity and its mass success, and now it's like, because of the quote unquote movie, whatever, that was released on Disney Plus,
it's a pro shot.
Right. But they call it like a movie or whatever. You know what I mean? Because it's accessible, because it's so known in culture, and because it's like, you can say Hamilton to anyone, they know exactly what you're talking about.
Right.
To me, it's a gateway like, I always think of awards, like the Emmys, Oscars, everything like that, as always being kind of a little bit bullshit, because like, there's that whole like, with the exactly what we were talking about with like Leonardo DiCaprio, where it's like, well, the Academy said it wasn't good enough, even though there's billions of people and it's one of the most like,
right,
it's super successful and has a cult following, but the experts think otherwise. So that's why I assume Hamilton, like, in my brain, just got overlooked like that because of its mass popularity.
That's fair.
Because a lot of those award shows and stuff like that, when it's not down to popular vote, it's down to like a panel of experts. They always undermine the popular option, whether it be like a pride thing where they want to be hipster and say like, oh, something popular isn't good.
Yeah.
Or whether it be that they don't want to give something that's already popular more press, and they rather give an award to a smaller film or production that might help it out. So anytime I hear something like Academy or something like that, I always are like, oh, they're going with the more artsy option. Yeah. Like, another guess that I would have thrown out there, even though I knew it didn't fit in the time frame, was like Phantom of the Opera, like something more artsy, more like you have to be in the know to know how good this is, kind of thing.
That's fair. Did you hear the whole scandal right now with Hamilton?
No.
So some fucking church somewhere decided to rewrite it a little bit into turning it into some like brainwashy Jesus God garbage boohoo bullshit, and was selling tickets to it. Oh. And they were selling it online, and then obviously Lin-Manuel Miranda got word of it, and it was like, did he go? No. Oh, it was like all online. But like some of the things, it was like, it was bad. It was really bad. And so he put out a statement this morning pretty much saying 17 people died. Like, something like that along the lines of that. It was so bad. After this, I'll show you some clips if I can find them. But it was so bad. And it just like really like obviously does not align with anything, you know.
Hurts the brand of Hamilton mostly.
Well, yeah, and it doesn't align with Lin at all. And so he put out a statement saying like, I do not condone this. My lawyers are going to work. And I was like, get him, bitch.
See, if I found out somebody, like, if I created something like that and I found out they're doing a knockoff version, I'd want to go see it.
Well, they were only doing it. Okay.
It was a one night only thing.
I don't know if it was a one night only thing. I didn't look too much into like the actual production of it. I was more so like, why the fuck are you doing this sort of thing?
Well, hey, you know what they say. Copying is the best form of flattering or whatever.
That's fair. But, I mean, never mind. What does GTL mean?
Gym Tan Laundry.
Good job!
God, I watched Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore. Get crazy. Get wild. Oh my God, I loved Jersey Shore. I love Snooki so much.
I feel like Jersey Shore, I never watched Jersey Shore and was like, I want to go out and party. Never.
Really?
Yeah. Which is so like, I know that's what everybody was like.
Yeah.
That's the staple of a party. That is like growing up, like that was the goal. Mm-hmm. You wanted to throw a Jersey Shore style bash.
Yeah.
But me, I was like, That's trashy.
Not that anybody like cares, but Snooki wrote a book a long time ago, and I still like that is one of the most creative fucking books I've ever seen.
Really?
It literally like yes, it's about her, but it has so many pictures and it's like an autobiography. But it also halfway looks like she took one of those like activity books and just filled it out.
Like she took like she bought one of those like wreck this journal and
Pretty much,
wrote a book in it.
But like in the height of her like fame and stuff, I remember I was such a Snooki person. I wanted to be a meatball so badly. I wanted to be a meatball. I still had this blanket actually that when we started dating, she had this blanket on her bed. It was Victoria's Secret pink.
Are you talking about the Cheeto one?
Yes.
The Cheeto one that
said love pink and hot pink.
Yeah, and then we threw it away because it got way too smelly.
Yeah.
What happened? Something happened that made it smelly.
I think we left it in the car, or we took it camping or something.
I think like milk or something leaked out.
Yeah, it was something gross.
Gross.
But yeah, the reason I have that blanket is because I saw she had it on Jersey Shore, and I Googled it and I found it, and then I found out that Pink at the time also did like like home stuff. So they had bedspreads, and then they used to do planners. I fucking loved their planners.
The planners were solid. I remember you having that.
Yeah, they were so nice. Yeah, all that to say, I love Snooki, and I think that she is so underrated. And in the back of her book, I remember this. She used to have a recipe for her favorite drink. It was a pickletini, and it was vodka with pickle juice. That was her like drink recipe, and I don't know.
I will say, I think that Jersey Shore in general, particularly Snooki, had such an incredible brand, had such an impact and chokehold on culture for such a long time, but it was completely underutilized. They were not like, they needed the Disney Channel exploited treatment in terms of merchandise, branding, like deals, like I mean, the fall of MTV is we could have a whole fucking thing about that. I mean, the fact that they're just paying Rob Dyrdek a ridiculous amounts of money for ridiculousness.
That literally just might as well be Rob Dyrdek's.
I mean, he has them in a chokehold, and it's funny because he outsmarted a organization that was once the powerhouse of TV and culture. But I think that Jersey Shore was an underexploited and underdiscovered brand. Why do I like Snooki products or like Jersey Shore clothing, like merchandise? Things that look like what they wore on Jersey Shore sold like hotcakes. Yeah. But actually Jersey Shore branded stuff wasn't fully utilized, I feel like. Like, I know they had merch. Yeah. And I think they had like a tank top with a logo on it and stuff like that. Well, they also,
I mean, Snooki specifically, like I said, I love Snooki. She specifically had her own line of tanning, like self-tanning stuff. She also had a line of slippers that were fantastic.
That's a good use, but they didn't blow up like they should have. Yeah. Because everyone was wearing giant sunglasses and fuzzy slippers like Snooki.
She's the reason I got duck nails.
Right. Like everybody was doing that, but it didn't have like they didn't fully capitalize on the market potential that they had there. That's fair. Felt like they undersold themselves.
I could see that.
Because they had a chokehold on culture. Everybody wanted to like...
cabs are here.
Just wanted to do like gym tan laundry. Like, why did we never open a Jersey Shore gym tan laundry chain?
Well, that would have been fun.
Exactly. That was such a big part of the show. Yeah. Easy franchise opportunity.
What they should have done is like hangover, like little things.
Yeah, hangover recovery. Like, they could have exploited the crap out of that brand. It made a ton more money. Fair. And they didn't. And I think it's actually a poor opportunity. Like, I'm not saying that I think a Jersey Shore, a GTL, where you could do gym, tan, and laundry all in the same building would still be open today. But at that time, that would have revived so many dying so many dying strip malls. Yeah. And like, talk about a rebrand. If you own a laundromat, You buy the 2 spaces next to you in a tanning, and then you franchise it with that name. And oh my God,
Yeah.
you would have made millions.
All right, you ready for the next question?
Yeah, sorry, that was a big tangent.
No, it's okay. It's okay. That's what we're here to do.
See, this is what the interesting part
chat.
of me that makes me like a girly ally, where it's like I am a very straight man.
Yeah.
But I actually have, I think respectable opinions about pop culture and other things like that when I know things about them.
But I also think you're not your typical straight man. You're very feminist, very gentle human.
Yeah.
And like you don't like, even when we go out with like our friends who have boyfriends and they're like macho and straight and all that weird stuff that I don't understand.
Yeah, bro.
You're one of the girls.
How'd the Bronx do this week?
Ew. How'd the Bronx do? In the Broncos?
Yeah, that was like, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, you're definitely not a guy's guy.
No.
But you're definitely one of the girls, and that's what I love about you, to be honest with you. Because I don't think I could be with like a super straight macho man. No. Who was the first winner of The Masked Singer?
Was it T-Pain?
It was T-Pain. Good
My boy
job.
T-Pain. I love T-Pain. I could go on a tangent about T-Pain.
I know. We
That
are
man,
a big supporter of
oh my
T-Pain.
God. That I relate to that man so hard.
I love
and
him.
He is changing the game on Twitch right now, and I love it.
I love him. What was the other girl's name in the Lizzie McGuire movie when she was performing on stage?
It's like in my brain, but like I can't think of it right now. I want to say it starts with a G. No, but there's Gordo, and then what's the dude? Paolo. And I really don't know.
Isabella.
Oh, I can even tell you. Hold on. Oh, Lizzie McGuire. Duh. I was like, I just see it. It's Hillary Duff to me. I don't know why. I don't know why it's the Hillary Duff show, even though her name is very clearly Lizzie McGuire. You know who's Lizzie McGuire in my brain? The little caricature.
Animation?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's Lizzie McGuire, and then the like real life version is Hillary Duff to me. I don't know why my brain like separates the two like that.
Okay. This one is kind of abstract and hard, but I think you should get it. What actor plays an elf in one movie and a blacksmith in another movie?
An elf, like a Santa's little helper elf?
Just an elf.
Oh. So when you say elf, you're probably thinking Lord of the Rings then. That's the tricky part of this. Is it Orlando Bloom?
My hot man, Orlando Bloom.
Okay, he's elvish, not an elf.
You know what I mean.
Elvish and elves are different things.
Really?
I mean, well, like in generalization terms, yeah. When you say the word elf, like I get it. They both had the ears.
Well,
but
yeah,
elvish
but
is like more mystical, more like.
Do you know what the plural of elf is?
No.
Elves.
Yeah, but
So he's an elf.
Maybe he's an elf. I don't.
He be an elf, laddie.
I just think that like the standard of like like an elvish elf, I'll say, like in like medieval themed times are completely different than like the Santa Claus ho 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 version of an elf.
Yes. However,
like they're not the freaking little what's the cookie the cookies, the brand of cookies that have little elves that make them.
Pillsbury?
No, that's the Doughboy.
What are you talking about?
You know who I'm talking about though, right?
No. What are you talking about?
The brand of cookies is not Pillsbury, but they're made with the whole thing is the cookies are made by little elves. I know everyone at home is screaming it right now. Is it like Peppermill, Pepperdine? No, that's a school, but Pepper something Farms.
Pepperidge Farms?
Pepperidge Farms. Their whole mascot is like these little tiny elves that bake the little cookies.
Keebler
elves. Thank you. Like that is like when you say elf.
You're talking about Keebler.
Yeah. The whole little thing is they're Keebler elves. They make the cookies and blah 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 blah. But like that is like when somebody says elf, I feel like that's what people think of. Mm-hmm. Actually, when you originally said elf, I thought of the movie Elf. And
with Will Ferrell.
Yeah, very non-respectable
Elf.
versions of elves. But like you talk about Elvish, then they're very respectable.
He's
they're
so
very
hot.
they're very thoughtful. They're very stoic, very mindful.
Hot.
Those pointy ears, huh?
No, honestly, it was more the blonde hair, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Yeah, really liked him.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. Always have gorgeous skin.
Oh my God,
strong
I know.
features.
Bitch.
And they're like just that perfect mix of like elegance, like feminism and masculinity because they're also strong as hell.
Yeah.
They look beautiful but could like snap your fucking neck.
Fuck yeah. Okay. Who were the 2 lead actors in Twilight?
Edward and Bella, right? So there's
That was their characters' names, yes.
Would you let me finish?
I asked for
Kristen
actors.
Stewart?
Uh-huh.
And I forget what's his name. God, he's in Harry Potter too. And he was just Batman.
Batman.
Robert Pattinson.
Good job. Wow. See, you're doing much better towards the end.
I told you I was on a run. I just need to warm up and not scream my controversial opinions.
What is one iconic line from Forrest Gump?
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Good job.
I just started running.
I just started running.
Bubble Grump Shrimp.
Okay, this is the last question. Where did Britney Spears get her start?
Get her start?
Uh-huh.
I actually don't know. In Vegas? No, that's where she has a residency.
Yeah, she started in Vegas.
I have no idea, actually. I like generally don't have a guess. I just figured she grew up like every other LA
She's
kid.
Also started with like numerous other stars as well.
Oh, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
There you
then.
go.
Yeah, that's where like Justin Timberlake, and,
Christina Aguilera.
Yeah.
All that other stuff.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You actually didn't do as bad as I thought.
It's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Come inside, it's fun inside.
Hot dog.
MICKEYMOUSE. I don't know. That song's a bop, actually.
Yeah. It is a good song.
Toodles.
Alrighty, well, I think that is all that we have for you today. What was your experience
What
here?
was my final score?
I was not keeping track.
Oh.
I would say
Did I exceed your expectations?
you did better on the ones that I thought you were going. You actually, if I had to guess, I would give you like a B, maybe a high C.
Really?
Yeah.
Am I getting extra credit for some of my takes or some of my expansions on my understanding of some of the answers?
No, because any extra points you were going to get, I took away because you talked about my Juicy Couture charm bracelet.
Oh, and I also bad math Glee.
That is also true.
I'm not a Gleek. Sorry.
You have no taste. It's okay. That's why I'm
There's so many problems with Glee, all right?
We're not talking about the problems of Glee.
There's a lot of good things about it.
We're talking about the masterpieces that came out of it, okay?
I'm just not a fan of a teen version of Kids Bop. I'm going to get so much hate for that one. Oh, that was spicy. I'm sorry.
Ryan's buying dinner tonight. I'm not buying dinner for him. You're buying me dinner, bitch.
They sat down in a room and said, okay, how can we make Kids Bop the TV show, but we want to appeal to teens?
Although, so I did hear a little rumor. I watched this podcast called The Morning Toast. And Claudia, one of the girl who runs it, like who's on the show, was talking to the person who was Tina Cohen Chang, who was in New Directions on Glee.
She has a podcast with
she does, yeah. And they talk about the show, but apparently the only reason that they decided to name them the New Directions is because it sounds like nude erections.
Nice.
Love that.
I thought it was going to be because I can't say. I saw a TikTok about it the other day, though.
What is it?
I thought you were going to say, I would twist it something like they probably had to change the name so Leah Michelle could understand it. Because she can't read. She definitely can. But I think it's one of the funniest conspiracy theories out there about it.
I think it's so fucking harmful. But everybody who listens to this podcast, if you've made it through episode 3 and you've made it to episode 6, you've probably heard my tangent. So I'm not going to bore you.
We don't have to revisit that. But I just want to tell you, because I haven't told you this yet, and now is a perfect opportunity. to end on a spicy meatball. I saw another TikTok today where it was literally Leah Michelle reading children's stories.
Yes, this is the one where she becomes an engineer.
I don't know. I just saw she was reading a book.
And she has one ear covered.
Yes. And she has one ear covered as if somebody was at an earpiece. It's so ridiculous. It's so not crazy. True. I really hope that we get to see her when we go to New York to see Funny
we
Girl.
will be seeing her.
Right. But we got debated by Jordan Fisher when we went to saw Dear Evan Hansen. No. Which worked out for the best.
Yes.
But
we will be paying the big bucks to see the Saturday night show.
Okay, we're not getting baited by like we did with Jordan Fisher. We have trust issues because of you, Jordan Fisher.
Yeah.
How dare you have a baby? How dare you get married? How dare you have a successful Twitch career?
Yeah. Like, we saw Dear Evan Hansen front row. We got tickets literally 30 minutes before showtime.
We were two seats left of the spitting section.
Yeah. Thank God for that. And the guy who we ended up seeing, his understudy, was absolutely fucking fantastic.
Who's now the lead, right?
Yes, who's now the principal.
Obviously, he was good enough.
Yeah, he was so good. But fucking ripped to Dear Evan Hansen. That's getting taken off Broadway, too. Sad.
It's been there for a while, though.
Yeah, I know.
The hype from the movies died down. It's time for it to settle.
Fair. Although I do need to see Ben Platt on Broadway somewhere, please. God.
You just need to see him in person.
Oh, my God. Ugh. Yes.
I mean... if he did another one of his concerts, I think we should. I'd actually rather see him in concert than in Dear Evan Hansen.
See, but I would want to see his first album in concert. His second one really didn't do it for me, but I would go to hear the first album.
So are we going to wait till he has a greatest hits album? Is that what we're feeling?
I don't know.
Because you and I both have so much regrets about not seeing Katy Perry on the Teenage Dream Tour.
I know.
And now we have our opportunity with what is the equivalent of a greatest hits album, which is her residency in Las Vegas.
It's true.
Are we going to pull that
I
kind
think
of
so.
thing?
I want to go see it.
Hopefully he's not like old and gray by that time. And he's like,
so cute.
Hate to say that I need you, with like a cane and gray hair and shit.
It's fair. Did you have a good time on the podcast? Did you like it?
I did, yeah.
Would you listen to this?
Would I listen to this?
Yeah, since you haven't listened to any other one that we've done.
Oh my God. You act like I didn't sit there and listen to every word and every outtake the first 2 episodes, like literally not even on my phone, just because I was so paranoid about the audio or something going wrong. I literally just sat in the chair, laid it back as far as it would go, and listened to the entire live recording. And I do hear most of it, but I have not gone back and sat down and listened to the episodes. Yes, I would probably listen to this episode.
Probably. Oh my God. Probably.
I know everything I said, so why would I watch it?
That's fair. Alrighty, guys. Well, this will be up in about an hour, probably, as long as it takes Ryan to edit.
Oh, before we go, I wanted to talk to you. I know we've been going for a little while, and I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned it earlier, so that's why I wanted to make sure we revisited it. You had your first viral video.
Kinda,
for
yeah.
this podcast.
Also, just a heads up, Tara and I will also be talking about this. So,
yeah, but
so sorry, you're gonna have to hear it twice, but it'll be over the span of 2 different weeks, so it's fine.
And it's also interesting because it's like significant others talking to each other.
Yes.
And it's also like you and I are both very familiar with social media. We've been working together on social media stuff for a very, very long time,
Correct.
Like Chris and I, like for context, Chris and I have been working side by side on various projects, whether it be my project with PokePath, she helps me out on the live streams and things like that, or like I've taken majority of the photos on her Instagram. And there was a time where we were daily on her Instagram as well as daily on my Instagram. So like Chris and I, we've created a lot of content together. We work together a lot. We don't just hang out and like kiss each other and say, okay, have fun at work, bye. We're very involved in each other's projects. So I think it's a different perspective of us talking about it versus you and Tara, because Tara is newer to social media. She had no idea what she was signing up for.
No.
When you talked about doing a podcast with her, and then she showed up with this whole setup.
Yeah.
So should we get live numbers, and then maybe it'll increase by the time you guys talk about it?
That would be interesting.
So let me pull it up. So one of the things that we're doing here on the podcast, and this was something that we both made the jump in for both of our projects was uploading clips.
Yes.
I think there's some very clippable moments in this episode. Probably ones that are going to get some hate mail sent my way, but that's okay. We love,
as long as they're not sent my way, that's okay.
Exactly. So the Way Too Honest podcast, as of today, has uploaded a whole 2 clips of the podcast.
Yes.
First one did great for having under 100 followers.
Yeah. I was proud of that
views.
one, to be honest.
It's a great clip, great moment. I think the editing is hilarious. But the second one has struck a chord with the people on Instagram. And it is currently at 99,000 views.
Oh my God, we're so close to 100K.
Even closer, 99.5K.
Oh my God.
So by the time you and Tara probably talk about it, hopefully it'll hit 100.
Probably.
You're at 3,382 likes, 28 comments, and I can't view the saves because I'm not on your account.
How many followers do we have?
And that's the other thing. When you uploaded it, you had like 77 roughly.
We had 82.
82, and now you're at 142.
Holy shit.
So she's viral.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And it was a clip that we didn't think was going to do very well. I didn't think much of it. I actually, this is transparent. This is why it's more interesting, and it'll be interesting when we talk about it with Tara. For context, I gave no feedback to our video editor about that clip.
Right.
That was the first clip, it was the first
we
clip.
went back and forth for a couple days.
We had a couple of revisions, had a couple of like things changed here and there. But this was one where I just said, great, no feedback.
Yeah.
And
we just took it and ran with it.
Yeah. And like it wasn't the most it was a very simple clip.
Yeah.
Kristen and I didn't think it would do very well. We just thought, it's better than nothing. Get familiar with what goes on this weirdo podcast. Sorry, it's only weird.
Is that what you think? It's a weirdo podcast?
I think everything that I'm involved in is a weirdo podcast.
Good to know. Good to know.
The crazy podcast, this wacky podcast. You guys talk about some wacky stuff. It's fun. It's fun to listen to. It's entertaining.
Okay.
But this hitting almost 100K views, getting 3,000 likes. That's more likes than you've ever had on anything before, right? More likes than I've ever had anything on before, except for maybe a PokePath video.
Yeah.
But how do you feel? How does it feel that like your second clip has picked up? You've gained 50, you've almost doubled your follower count at this point. Like, how does it feel?
It feels weird, to be honest with you. Like I knew that we would, like, just in general, like grow as a podcast when we started doing videos, just like clips and shit, just because of how like Instagram is set up right now and only really prioritizing videos, which is fine.
Right.
Don't love it, but whatever. And to be honest with you, when our first one hit 1,600 views, I was chill with that.
Yeah.
Because we had 70-ish followers.
Having
like,
less than 100
yeah,
followers.
We're super small. And then I think we ended at just under 6K at the end of it. I was really happy with that, to be honest. I think we gained like 4 followers from it. I was chilling. I was cooking. I was great.
You're like, great success.
Right. This one, on the other hand, it's kind of unnerving to an extent because I don't know why it did so well. And for reference, if you haven't followed us on Instagram, it's called The Way Too Honest. We're at The Way Too Way Too Honest podcast. And it's from our 4th episode where I was talking about my feelings towards J-Lo's Louboutin song. And I wish I understood why that one did so well. Obviously, I know that the algorithm pushes certain things, and that's completely fine. But like, I wish I understood more of like what was getting people to interact with it. With like,
was it the reference? Which reference was it?
Was it the fact that I was talking shit essentially? Like, where did it go? There was very little editing. We just did captions on it.
Yep.
And we did some like pictures with like, in reference to what we were talking about. But other than that, very little thing. And from the comments and stuff that I've read, this song is really hard to find, apparently. You can really only find it on YouTube. And so like, it's such a not well known song, and it's for whatever reason resonating with so many people. And I wish I understood it more. However, it does feel gratifying because we are such a small account, and we do have, like, we're about to hit 100K. And literally last night as I went to bed, we hit 100 followers. Like, that's fucking insane. And, you know, as you know, obviously in comparison to our both personal Instagrams, right? That's 100 followers. It's quite small compared to, you know, whatever.
Yeah, we're in like the less than 10K, like,
right. But
like
I mean,
thousands
still
range.
But in comparison to 100, that's, you know, it's still a small number, but it also is something to celebrate.
And even a strong, like when we were diehard on Instagram, when we were daily on Instagram, a good, like, quote unquote viral photo on Instagram for us would be like an additional 100, 200 likes.
Yeah.
But this has thousands of likes.
Yeah, I think my most liked Instagram was about 3,000.
About 3,000.
Yeah.
And that was like...
That was when Instagram was good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, to be reaching that number again on an account with way less followers is crazy cool. Like, it's super satisfying. And it's... I think it comes from a lot of our hard work, but I'm with you. Like, that's why I'm so excited to work on your podcast, because I want to learn as well. What made it do well?
Yeah.
Was it the fact that Tara referenced shoes, which is an old internet reference?
Yeah.
That probably triggered a lot of people's brains. Was it the J-Lo Louboutin song?
Yeah. That
it might be a core memory for people.
Yeah.
And you just like, you struck that nostalgia chord correctly. Was
right.
it like, they always like, you always like are like, okay, well, this video has this aspect, and like there's a ton of people out there saying like, oh, this is how you go viral. You got to have a good hook. You got to have a good this. You got to have a good that. And like you could check all those boxes, and like I try to check all those boxes because like I like, oh, that makes sense.
Right.
And then the video does the same or slightly better than before. But like, yeah, I'm very interested in why, like diving into like I know for a fact you guys are incredible at what you do. This podcast is very entertaining. You, because of your different perspectives and different opinions, are able to reach a wide audience.
Yeah.
And that is new to me. Everything I do is incredibly niche because I'm an incredibly niche person.
Right. Yeah.
But like, you guys have the opportunity for such a wide audience. I know this success will be repeated for you guys again.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of like, okay, what can we learn and how quickly can we repeat the success?
Yeah. And like, I know like, like 100,000 in the grand scheme of things is not considered like super viral.
Right.
But considering we're so small right
Your
now.
second post on Instagram.
Yeah. You know, like, I'm really fucking proud of that. You know, and I think it's really cool, and I'm really excited to like actually like see Tara and like talk to her about it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see her reaction too.
But I also think going forward, because I'm such an asshole when it comes to shit like this, like I can see myself, because like we have 2 reels. One just under 6,000 plays. One climbing very close to 100,000. Our third and our fourth and our fifth, I think, unless they get close to what number 2 did, I will feel a little disappointed just because this one did so well.
Yep.
And I know, like, it happens with everything. Once you have a super high, you're going to have this period of time where, you know, you're going to have, like, sort of like a little lull. But, like, for us, since we're so new, any lull is good as long as we're just creating content and we're putting it out. But also, you know, when you get into your brain and you're like, am I doing the right thing?
You're chasing that high.
You know, I think there's some good there. You know?
Well, and you're chasing a high, right? Like, that's a very high high. That's a very high bar.
It was a very high and unexpected bar.
Correct. And I agree with you. Like, part of me is a little upset that it came so early on, because now we got to live up to that. Like, now that's the goal, right?
Yeah.
Is to outdo yourself. I'm with you on that, because that's something that, like, both of us have struggled with, like, mental health and in ties with social media and self-worth.
Yeah.
Like, that's something that we struggled with at one point a lot.
Yeah.
And I
still
just
struggle now. What the fuck do you talk about?
Yeah, we still struggle with it. Like, that you will never be at that high point again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do think it is scary, but I hope now that we have the wisdom and like everything that we've gone through previously, to where we look at that high and be like, oh, we'll get there again, and not be like, we have to get there again. Every video has to do as well as that, if not better. And I hope Tara doesn't fall into that as well.
Oh, I'm sure she will.
But luckily she'll have us to kind of like talk her through it.
Yeah.
But it is kind of like that weird thing where it's like, okay, now we have to live up to that.
Yeah. Which
I think you are. I think those views are very valid.
Yeah.
And like for perspective purposes, like when we talk about your project and my projects and stuff like that, like both your first reel is a good performing video for my project PokePath.
Right.
Is a good performing video for my project for PokePath. And we have not that many followers on Instagram, like 300. But if we got 7,000 views
on Instagram,
yeah,
bitch, you're like 700 for PokePath.
Oh, are we? Oh,
yeah.
Shows how out of touch I am. With like numbers.
Yeah, you're almost to 800.
Oh, okay. Well, we're almost at 800, and a good video for us is 700 to 10,000 views.
Yeah.
And your first video did 7,000 views, and now you're gonna hit 100,000 views. Yeah. Like, it's crazy. But I know you guys are gonna follow it up with consistency. Yeah. You deserve it. And you're going to have more moments like that because you are both relatable as fuck, you're funny as fuck, and you're an icon. You really are. Your taste is impeccable.
I know. Do you like my Hannah Montana sweater?
I love your Hannah Montana sweater. I love it. And it just radiates your energy. And in our life, people have quite frequently like seen you and learn you and want to be you. Whether, and I'm not saying directly like, oh my God, like I want to be just like Kristen, but will copy or think they can do the things that you do. Yeah. But nobody does it quite like you. You're very unique. You're one of a kind. Thanks. And I'm really excited to see this podcast, and hopefully like it'll like hopefully one day you'll average 100,000 views. Like that's a slow video. Cool. Like, could you imagine? Like, but I do believe that you have the star potential, and Tara's a great co-host because she's so opposite of you. Yeah. Even though a viewer may not like one of you or may think one of you is okay and the other person like may really connect with the other. I think that's the beauty of it is perspective, and you guys offer a wide perspective, and you both are, like I said, relatable as fuck. Yeah. Like Tara's shoes reference, like I understood the shoes reference, but there's so many freaking people who are younger than us that are not going to know what the shoes reference is.
Well, and also too, I think with Tara and I specifically, like we both shine where the other one falters a little bit. Yeah. You know, it's a good balance. Tara is incredibly intelligent and analytical and things like that, which is wonderful because I am not. And I'm not saying that I'm dumb because I'm not dumb.
Kristen's a feeler. She doesn't care about the details. She just cares how it makes her feel.
Yeah. And so when Tara and I have conversations, she is completely on a different wavelength than I am. And I think that that's really powerful because we're both incredibly honest in certain things that a lot of people aren't. You know, there's very few things that we cut out of this podcast, you know, and the only things that we ever do cut out is because we are a little too honest, and it's, you know, somebody else's private information.
Right, when it's not your story to tell.
Right. Like, for example, in the last episode that we posted, we talked a little bit about my friend Alexa. And if you know me in person, I tell you things sometimes that, like, I maybe wouldn't put on the internet. Details regarding her.
Out of the respect for her family. Yeah. Details that should not be blasted to 100,000 people.
Correct. And so it's sort of like that kind of editing. But when it comes to embarrassing stories or just uncomfortable topics in general, I feel like we both come with the same intent, just very different. Yep. And I think that that's really cool. And I love the whole idea of being like your favorite, like, big sister that you can actually talk to, or like your favorite aunt that you would actually call, like, if you're drunk and you need to be picked up, you know. And I think that's, you know, where we're at.
I think that's the magic of it, right? Yeah. Like, I think, and you've never said this, but knowing you, knowing what you're about, knowing the experience that you want to give to a listener.
Yeah.
I know you want it to be like a kiki with the girls.
Yeah.
Like,
we're best friends.
Like, I'm just gonna go I'm just gonna go like hang out with my gals for a little bit.
Oh yeah, no.
Like,
If you listen to this podcast, like we're having a bitch session together.
Right.
You are drinking wine. I am drinking iced tea, and I am eating French fries,
Like,
and that's the vibe.
In a perfect world, I do think that it's like as if you were sitting down on a terrace at lunch for 3.
Yeah.
Right. Like
Yeah.
it is like, and I want somebody to do this actually. Maybe I'll do it because I don't listen to the podcast. Just like find the nicest restaurant that's the highest in the sky with the fanciest balcony. Order yourself a glass of wine and a nice lunch, and just put the podcast in your ear. Like that's the like dream scenario that I envision for like somebody who listens to this podcast. And they're gonna laugh, they're gonna cry, they're gonna get serious.
Yeah.
Just like as you would with a nice lunch with your best friends.
Yeah, very fair. Also, this is your sign right now to treat yourself.
No, talk to Tara about the pasta. I'll get angry.
Okay. Rude.
I wanted to talk about the pasta, but
I most recently went on a little girls' date for the first time in a really long time. I don't really do girls' dates. And when I tell you, I had the nicest time. And we went to a place and we kind of splurged on our meal. And it was the nicest fucking time. Mm-hmm. Like, we should be, doing that more often because it's so fun. And it's almost like, when you're younger and you're doing something you shouldn't do, but, it makes it a little bit more fun. So, yeah, normalize fucking treating yourself. Like,
100%.
Oh, my God. It was so fun.
And, like, use it as a reward system, right? Like, you worked really hard, whatever.
Or even if you're having just a shit week.
Yeah. Shake off the shame. Fucking who cares if the pasta is $65?
Doesn't matter.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Great.
Life is about experiences, right? Yeah. And if you're cutting yourself short of experiences or ruining experiences by doing something else that you really don't want to be doing, then don't do it.
Yeah.
What is life but experiences?
Yeah. If you want to say no, say no. But if you have an inkling to say yes, go do it.
Yep.
Well, I mean, you know what? I thought that was the end of the podcast earlier, but I feel like this is a really good time to wrap it up.
Yeah. This became like a director's cut of the podcast.
You're welcome.
And that's what I wanted to provide with the podcast, because that's like the part of that's the behind this, like our little conversation that we just had is very behind the scenes.
Yeah.
This is something we would
very honest.
We literally would have talked about anyways.
Yeah.
Like this is.
Well, we've also been having this conversation since yesterday when I posted it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And
I hope that this has been long enough to get you to your work, your destination, like through your workout, whatever you needed it to get through. Maybe cleaning your house, which if you have any more motivation, send it my way, because our apartment's like 75% done, and so help me God.
Can we just hire an organizer?
This bitch really wants to hire an organizer.
I do.
We're already gonna get a housekeeper. Shut up.
I would love to have somebody help clean the house. Just because this is more space than we're used to dealing with. Yeah. But yeah, this is a great little director's extended cut of the podcast.
Thanks for being on, Tara. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, you know what? I think next week I'm going to be feeling a lot better. My voice is going to be back to normal.
I think so too.
I think I'm going to shave as well.
Yeah.
And maybe get some extensions.
Gorgeous. I love that for you.
So I'll look like normal Tara next week.
Amazing. Bye guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll see you next time.
Bye.